my voice is clear, audible? Just let me know in the chat box, everybody, if you can see me and you can hear me also. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. This is the most comprehensive app for any kind of exam prep that you have in mind. Let me quickly check how many of you have joined already, and then we would talk about this particular session. All right. So let's see who joins the first. Preeti is already there. Preeti Kashyap. Good morning. Malya, Anisha, Preeti Gupta. Okay, so we have two Preetis in the class right now. Preeti Gupta is also there. I also have Ashmita and Aditi. Good morning, everyone. In case, remember guys, in case you have come here for the first time, make sure you subscribe, because then you'll be able to participate in the chat also. Okay, just to make sure that we get the best kind of students here and enthusiastic participants. It's subscriber only chat mode. Okay, so make sure you do that without fail. Good morning, everyone. Sijan is here. So before I move on, quickly let me know, everybody, are you ready for today's discussion and challenging questions? Yes or no? Before I move on, I can see Hariom, I can see Sneha, I can see Gargi, Yashaswi. Good morning, guys. Let me know in the chat box, everyone, are you ready for reading, understanding, interpreting, and then answering questions? Yes or yes? Of course. Right? Okay, so I can see your responses now. All right, everyone, let's begin. So before I move on, let me announce something very important. Something very important I must announce. So we are from tomorrow we are launching a batch, and from 22nd July we are launching a batch for CLAT 23. Now this batch is extremely important and very different. Now you would say, what do you mean by very different? Now this batch is different because we are going to make it extremely comprehensive. Okay, this batch is going to be very comprehensive. Now if you look at the features of the batch, we have 200+ hours of live sessions, 200 hours of live session, and in next 4.5 months, so approximately. So it's of course a huge thing. And remember, look at the number of recorded videos you get. 330+ recorded videos, high quality content taught by the very best in the field. You would get the access to those videos also, plus you would get 45+ mocks and 9,000+ practice questions, and an extremely important magazine called Ignite. If you look at the static and especially the current affairs GK of CLAT 2022, you would notice that majority of the questions featured in the magazine before and already, or had featured in the magazine. So make sure you go for the batch if you are planning for CLAT 2023. This batch is going to start from 22nd July. I look forward to having you guys there in case you are thinking about this batch. Okay, and of course I want you guys to be here next year when you go for 2023 batch CLAT. I want your images and your success stories here, right? So these are some of our success stories, and I want your pictures next year. Not even next year, right? It's this year only. So are you ready for it? That's the whole question. Okay, all right, let me quickly check some more comments or somebody who has joined. Khushi Verma, somebody from our team will get in touch with you, okay, and answer your question. Sijan, you can try it out, Sijan, no problem at all. Okay, all right, I get it. Pratibha Sharda, okay, all right. Good morning, Debadrita, I just saw your message. Okay, everyone, Yeah, I got the dates wrong. Today is 20th. I forgot. Okay, everybody. So, are we ready to read it? So, as you know, if you are watching me for the first time on this particular session, let me quickly tell you, this session is about taking articles, pieces of bigger articles from different sources. Okay, so one day we might take it from magazines like Nature, the next day we might take it from Times of India, third day it could be from Indian Express, fourth day it could be from the Guardian, New York Times, or anything of that sort. It could be from a book. So we take a passage, and then we read it, and then we discuss it, and then we attempt questions based on that paragraph, so that when you are reading such articles in magazines, newspapers, etc., you also have an approach in your mind. Okay, that okay, I'm reading this is what we were doing in that YouTube session, this is what sir was doing, this is what my friends were doing, so let me also read it like that. You get that? So we are building approaches here so that you can use this approach when you attempt actual CLAT paper, or before that when you attempt mocks. I hope it is clear, everybody. The point is clear. So let's start reading it quickly. I will read it with you, but as you know that part already. I am not going to tell you meanings of all the words because I want you guys to attempt some questions later, okay? But the highlighted words are the words I want you guys to do some research on your own. Okay, so the highlighted words, highlighted usage are important, so pay attention to them. Let me now find out what is the paragraph talking about. So let me just get the right color of the marker. Should we use highlighter? Okay, let's use highlighter. All right, everyone, ready for the discussion? Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning, Varsha, Nancy. Let's begin. Okay, all right. So it says, in everyday usage, the word seer denotes a sage, a wise person, a mystic. But the term also refers to one who sees, a visionary. So the first sentence talks about two meanings of the word seer. One is somebody who is a wise man, wise person, sage. Sages were people who would go to jungles and they would do tapasya. Okay, they would do a lot of meditation. But it can also mean somebody who is a visionary, somebody who can see the future. Somebody's vision is probably 200-300 years into the future. Okay, these two connotations of the word coalesced for me when, on a recent visit to London, I went to an exhibition called Van Gogh, the immersive experience, which displayed reproductions of the works of the Dutch painter. Correct? This is a word of nationality. So who is a Dutch? Can anybody tell me? Who is a Dutch? Or who do we call the Dutch? Who can tell me that? Pandey Anil, good morning. Now let me ask you another question, which I want you guys, if you are watching this session, after the session is over, no problem, type your answer in the comment box. Okay, and if you're watching me right now, in the chat. There is a very famous term, and I'll tell you the answer tomorrow, okay, and I'm not telling you today. There is a very famous term called Dutch auction. Can you tell me what it is? You must have heard about auction, no? But what is Dutch auction? If you have not heard of it, maybe you can Google it, right? But not right now. You're watching me after the session is over, okay? But I want you guys to write the answer in the comment. Let's see if you can get it right, okay? Okay. So, okay, so you have answered. The Dutch is a person who is from the Netherlands, from Denmark, from Holland. A person who lives in Dutch Netherlands, okay. Mainly Australian, New Zealand people. Thank God I asked this question. Who lives in Germany, Scotland? Are you guys purposefully kidding, or is it a special day? Okay. Denmark is Danish. Auction in Dutch. So Dutch auction is auction in Dutch. That's awesome. Tijan, very good. All right. So I think you guys need to do some research and let me know. So 2 questions, guys. Who is a Dutch? Okay. Because I'm getting a lot of answers. I'm not telling you which one is the correct. And second is, what is Dutch auction? Okay. 2 homework. All right. I'm not answering any of the questions right now. Okay. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay. But thank God I asked. Right, I got answers: Australian, German, from the Netherlands, Denmark. Thankfully nobody said from India, UP, Maharashtra, right? Thankfully. Okay, let's move on. As the text accompanying the exhibits, oh, I need to change the color, just a second, guys. As the text accompanying the exhibits, so I am going to ask you what is an exhibit. Okay, as the text accompanying the exhibit said, so there was something was accompanying the exhibits, and it said, Vincent van Gogh is the rock star of the Western art world, the Presley of painters. Presley of painters. It's like saying it's the Bentley of ships, right? It's an iPhone of clothes. Now you can see comparison is present, right? Presley of painters. So Presley was a very famous rock star. So probably the author is saying that Vincent van Gogh was basically a rock star of painters, just like Elvis Presley was. Correct? Very good. People who wouldn't know Rembrandt from a Rubens, a Hussein from a Sousa, instantly recognized Van Gogh's Sunflowers. It's a very famous painting by Van Gogh. Please look it up on Google. Okay, and I think you might wonder why was he famous if this is what he painted, but then you have to have a very good sense of painting to understand these kind of paintings, right? Which is the most replicated work? Replicated means copied work in the world. So what is the author doing here? I think you guys can see, right? The author is saying that Vincent van Gogh was basically a rock star of painting. And the author is saying, even though there might have been people who did not or could not recognize the painting of a painter like a Rembrandt from a painter like Rubens, or a Hussein painting made by Hussein from a painting made by Sousa. So there might be people who couldn't recognize other painters, but all of them could recognize Van Gogh's Sunflower. Correct? So he was that popular, that famous, very clearly. Correct? Okay. Now let me quickly check any comments that I need to answer. Preeti has done the googling already. Preeti, well done. Preeti, you have done a good job. Yes, Preeti has already answered, but I'm not reading the answer right now. Preeti, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Okay, well done. So far the author is saying that this guy was a rock star of painting, born in 1853 in Holland. Now do we have the answer, guys? Do we have the answer? Yes. Van Gogh died at the age of 37 only. And remember everyone, I insist that you read about Van Gogh on ignore if my pronunciation is not correct of his name. Okay, I did not know him personally, but if you have not heard of this person, please read about this person, even if on Wikipedia if possible. Okay, it's okay, but read about this guy. He was a genius. Okay, that's what the author is saying. Died at the age of 37 of a self-inflicted gunshot. Basically committed suicide. This is an euphemism of saying that he committed suicide. During his all too short life, he created, now look at it, he died at the age of 37. He created 2000 artworks. including some 900 oil paintings and 1100 sketches and illustrations. A clinical depressive. He was clinically depressed, who suffered from bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a psychological debilitating disease or psychological situation that a person goes through, and it is debilitating because people suffer from extremes of emotions. Okay, and it very famously, I think Honey Singh, the rock star of India, he accepted, he once said that he suffered from, or he probably suffers from, bipolar disorder. So that's what he accepted, saying on some interview. So this is a psychological disorder that people might have, and Vincent van Gogh had that. He seemed to work in a furious race against mortal time. Now look at this usage, guys. Beautiful. Mortal time. Time dies, right? Time goes away. What is mortal? Who is mortal? Mortal word comes from the Latin word mort. Mort means death. Okay. So mortal time means what? Time that dies. Time dies always. Okay, you may believe that you have a lot of time, but that time goes away just like that. It dies and never comes back. Often completing a new painting in less than 36 hours. Now you might say, he used to take 36 hours to complete a painting. The author is saying that he used to work at furious pace, right? But he used to take 36 hours to finish a painting. He was unbelievably fast. You can appreciate that if you know that paintings in earlier times, I don't know about nowadays, but in earlier times, paintings used to take humongous amount of time. For example, who can tell me, without googling, okay, without googling, everyone, who can tell me how long did the famous painting Mona Lisa take to finish? So can you guys tell me, Leonardo da Vinci, who painted it, how long did it take to finish it? Let me know in the chat box, and if you're watching me after the session is over, write it in the comment box. Take your GK, everyone. Preeti says not Google. Preeti, that's awesome. Yes. Who can tell me, everyone? Who can tell me? Vincent van Gogh used to paint in 36 hours. Why was he considered fast? Let's see. How long did it take for Leonardo da Vinci to finish Mona Lisa? That will give you the idea. Lakshmi says 72 hours. Vinayak 1 month. The good thing is that you guys are not googling, okay? 1 month. Okay, I'll tell you the correct answer, okay, in next 5 seconds. Let me just check some more answers. Gargi says 76 years. Gargi, it was a painting, not Halley's Comet. Okay, 2 weeks, 75 years. Okay, not really. He took about 4 years to finish it. Okay, and if I am not wrong, then probably he ultimately ended up marrying the lady also. Probably, I might be wrong also. So I hope you get the idea, guys. Yes or no? That very clearly, painting at the rate of 72 hours per painting was actually exceedingly fast, right? Because painters back then used to take a lot of time to paint. Just a second, everyone. Trouble with the pen. Yeah. Is it clear, everybody, why the author is saying that he was furious at painting? Because he was. 4 years versus 36 hours. Okay, it was like nowadays what you have, Blinkit kind of delivery, 10 minutes, and somebody is taking 4 years. Obviously this guy was fast. The London exhibition used digital technology and virtual reality to draw the viewers, to immerse them in the world as seen by the artist. A real life scene of stars in a nightscape, of a town's light reflected on a dark river, of a flock of birds flying over a field of wheat, of a room furnished with a bed and chair, were morphed. Morphed means they were shaped into their transfiguration. Transfiguration means the way they were changing. Trans means across. The way they were changing by the tormented genius. See, the author is calling this person genius, but tormented. Okay, tormented. Now, if you look at the word tormented, you probably already know where it comes from, but if you don't, let me quickly ask you another question. So who can tell me what is the meaning of the word tort? It's a Latin word actually, and it is also a kind of law that you guys either have studied or will study when you prepare for CLAT. And if you go to a law college, you would study it separately. So what is the meaning of tort? Who is going to tell me that? All right. Tort, everybody. Tort. What is the meaning of the word tort? Meaning of the word, okay? Don't send me the definition. Very good. Yashasvi, Anisha. Yep. Very good. Yes, you guys actually study whatever you remember whatever you are taught well, okay? Or maybe you are just curious. Very good. Well done. Tort basically means twisted. Tort basically means to twist, right? And that is why you get words like torture. Now, do you understand what is the meaning of torture? Torture basically means to twist. Take somebody's hand and twist it. That's torture. Okay? Or the word distort. When you distort somebody's statement, you change the statement, twist the statement, right? Or retort. Retort is to answer back in a twisted manner. Okay? Somebody asks you a question and you give a very rude reply. That is tort. Retort basically. Okay? Tort is to twist. For example, we extort money from people. What do? X means out, tort means twist. We twist the person's arm and we take the money. That's extort. Extortion comes from there. So this guy was a tormented genius, means he was basically twisted by the fate. He was twisted. He probably suffered a lot from different things. For example, he had psychological disorders and whatnot. Okay, he was a very twisted, very tormented, very badly suffering human being, correct? By how he saw these everyday things and how he painted them. So this person is talking about the London exhibition that he went to. Okay, all right. Now let's go look at the next paragraph very quickly. Stars in the night sky became vertiginous whirlpools of dazzling light. You could hear the sound of wind sighing through. Sighing is, when you are totally tired or when you are frustrated, you sigh, right? It's like that's, so the author is explaining, creating that scene. You could hear the sound of wind sighing through the fields of grain and the feathers of birds in flight. Feel the texture of the rough cotton sheet of the bed, the crisscross weave of the seat of chair, as if you were sitting on it. Weave basically means the way it was weaved, or the texture or the design of the seat. So did you guys realize what the last two paragraphs, the last paragraph and this paragraph is doing? They're explaining the way the entire exhibition was, right? The exhibition was in a very futuristic manner. It would make you feel the way the painter felt it, right? So the exhibition showed the world through the painter's eyes. When I sleep, I dream of painting, and when I wake, I paint my dreams, said Van Gogh. And the dreams he painted were startlingly unique. Analyzing his use of paint, an oculist has suggested. Oculists are those people who can talk to souls. They are basically psychologically very advanced, or at least they claim that they can talk to souls, they can understand psychology deeply and things like that. Has suggested that he saw shades of color differently from others. So an oculist has suggested that Van Gogh basically saw shades of colors that others did not see, and perhaps this imparted to his palette. Palette is what? Palette is the painting small tray that a painter has. They use it for mixing colors. I hope you guys have seen it, right? I don't see them using it a lot, but they keep it. Knife strokes, the fierce energy which makes his painting leap out of the canvas to stun the viewer with their intense vitality. So somebody has said that this person probably saw the colors in a different manner that made his paintings full of life. When you looked at a painting, it felt as if the painting will jump out of the canvas on you. Basically, this is an example of hyperbole. Okay, now what is hyperbole? Who can tell me what is hyperbole? Anybody? Hyperbole. So I am going to pause and wait. Who can tell me the meaning of the word hyperbole? Let's wait. Hariom and Debadrita, you guys actually knew the origin also. Very good. That's awesome. So what is hyperbole? Who will tell me? Hyperbole. Sijan, you got it. Absolutely, Vinayak, that's correct. Exaggeration. Okay. When you look at the paintings, you actually sometimes feel that. Okay, I felt that, but I'm not an expert in painting and hardly have any sense about it. But the author is saying that he probably, somebody said that he probably saw different shades of colors, and when you looked at his paintings, it would look like full of energy and it would jump out of the canvas. Looks like hyperbole, but then he was a great painter, so maybe it is true. Van Gogh was literally a seer. Literally a seer means that probably he actually saw what? Saw into the future, and he saw things differently. A prophet far ahead in his time, during which he sold just one work. I hope you guys can see that the author is saying that he was a genius, but during his lifetime, though he painted more than 2,000 paintings, he sold only one. Now this line is a shattering kind of line, yes or no? We have been reading so much about this person. He was a genius. He would see colors differently. His paintings will jump out of the canvas. And then the author said, suddenly the author says, but he sold only one work out of 2,000 plus paintings he made. Now you're like, oh, okay, so probably he was a genius, but he is a genius when you look back into the past. He was not a genius for his time. In his time, probably nobody paid attention. People were like, he doesn't paint well. Correct? Probably this line has some impact here, no? In terms of the assessment of the painter during his time, assessment of the painter now. They are very different. Shunned means avoided by a world blind to his vision. Now the author is explaining it. The author is saying he was ignored by the world because the world did not like his vision. He became a messiah, martyred on the crucifix of oblivion. Crucifix of oblivion. Oblivion basically means when people forget you. Crucifix, you understand, cross, right? So the author is saying that he was ignored by the world at large back then, because probably people did not understand what he was doing. He was the Messiah, but he was also crucified, just like Jesus Christ was also crucified on the cross of oblivion. Oblivion is he was forgotten. The author is using a figure of speech here for sure. But he left behind a life-changing testament. Testament is basically it is generally a written statement or a statement for generations to come. A gospel is basically good stories or stories of radiant, inextinguishable light. So the author is very clearly seeing Vincent van Gogh as a messiah, right? He says his time did not like him, but he left for the world good stories, statements full of colors, light, and it was not to be extinguished, ever burning, never going to stop. Given by Vincent to us with love. So he's talking about the light that Vincent gave it to him. So one thing is very clear, yes or no everyone, that the author probably likes Vincent van Gogh too much. Correct? Now let me ask you guys, do you think the author is, let me just change the color, okay, just wait. Do you think the author is objective or subjective here? If I ask you, what is the objective versus subjective? Do you think the author is subjective here or objective here regarding the painter? What do you think? Is the author taking an objective line saying that, okay, this was right with the painter, this was wrong with the painter? These were the 5 good things about the painter, these were the 5 wrong things about the painter. What do you think is happening? Can we say that? Absolutely, very good. Author is clearly subjective. Author is clearly taking a side. Author is simply saying that this guy was a messiah. He was far ahead of his time. Okay, and this guy was a superstar. He was a rock star. Correct? No doubts about it. All right. Let's start with the basic question. Okay, please read all the options and tell me which option do you think is the correct answer. What is the reason the author has written this passage? What is the reason for which the author has written this passage? Anybody? Let's see what is the correct answer, everyone. What is the reason for which the author has written this passage? You have 4 options. I'll wait for 10-15 seconds. You have to answer. Okay. Hariom says D. Preeti Kashyap D. All right. D. Sneha says C. D. Vinayak C. Sijan C. Devadrita C. Nancy B. Saima C. Okay. All right. Now remember, guys, this is very, very important. Please pay attention. This may be very helpful. Whenever you have 4 options which you think are close, okay, close, always compare the options. Okay. Now, the first 2 words are same. So why should I bother about these 2 words? I'm not. Right. Now I will pay attention to the next one. Wants to praise, wants to bring to light, wants to shine light on, wants to discuss. Now I'll ask myself, did the author write the paragraph just to praise the paintings? Author does not talk about paintings too much. Author talks about the brilliance of Vincent van Gogh, but not the paintings of Vincent van Gogh. Correct? He does mention 1 or 2 paintings here and there, but that's about it. So A is very clearly out. Right? Okay. Khushi Verma, absolutely. Khushi is saying C and D are confusing. I agree. So A is out. All right. Now we are matching B, C and D. First 2 words are same. Why should I bother? Wants to bring to light. Wants to shine light. Same thing. Wants to bring to light means bring it out in open. Shine light means focus on. Similar thing. Wants to discuss. Now remember, you have to ask yourself, what is discussion? Let me give you an example. Suppose in my family we are discussing which car to buy. Okay, which car to buy. And we are discussing Honda City. What do you expect us to do when we are discussing? Can I say you expect us to discuss positive and negative sides of Honda City? Or suppose I keep on praising Honda City throughout my 5 minutes of speech. I start by saying Honda City is the best car in the world. It's the rock star of the cars. There has never been a better car than this. It is in fact 300 years in future. Okay, people may not like it, but it is the most amazing car in the universe. Am I discussing or am I only praising? Whenever in doubt, compare. Tell me in the chat, everybody. Absolutely clear, everybody? Kushi, yes. Anisha, yes. Whenever you discuss both positive and negative sides, right? You don't praise when you discuss. Where is the discussion? Right? Is the author doing that? Not at all. So D is out. Now, the author wants to bring to light the brilliance of Vincent van Gogh. Yes, yes, absolutely. But now compare B with C. Author C, option C says the author wants to shine light on the underappreciated genius of Vincent van Gogh versus brilliance of Vincent van Gogh. Now remember that line? Author is saying that Van Gogh was literally a seer. But during his lifetime, he sold just one work, right? He was shunned by the world, blind to his vision. He was underappreciated back then, right? According to the author, he is a rock star now, correct? He's very well known. If he's very well known, then his brilliance is already well known also, no? Then why is the author writing all this? The author is saying that, remember, he was a visionary. In his time, he was underappreciated, but he is a genius. Therefore, C is a much better option in terms of what it covers. Is it clear, everybody? Genius is already mentioned here. Brilliance is already mentioned here. But it also talks about how he was underappreciated, but at the same time, he is a genius. There is no doubt about it. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Is it clear, everybody? More importantly, is it clear what to do when you are confused between 2 choices, 3 choices, 4 choices? Correct? I hope it is clear. All right. Kushi, yes, that's correct. B and C both have the word genius and brilliance. C is more comprehensive. That's it. Abhinav, I think you just joined late or what? We have discussed option D already. Okay, Abhinav, just watch the video thoda sa. Go back a little. All right, everyone. Now, very easy question. Which of the following is the attitude the author has towards Vincent van Gogh? You will say, oh, this is so easy. We already know the answer. No problem. Send me the answer once again. Quickly, everybody. Very easy question. But I have another question. If the question is so easy, then what do you think the question is doing here? Why have I given you this question? I know you guys know the answer already, right? You will see such questions in CLAT also. Okay, this is a question where they check your vocab in an indirect manner. This is why I gave you this question. Yes or no? If your vocab is not strong, you cannot solve this question, even though you know the answer. You know the answer, but you can't solve it. I will quickly see how many of you get it right. All right, guys, let's see. Tijan C, okay. All right, everyone. It's time for the correct answer. So the where's the award? The correct answer, of course, is T for Delhi. And this is why, please do vocab. Otherwise, you would get even such questions wrong. Now, let me know, as is the rule in my sessions at 10 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Did you get a little bit of salt? A little bit of jhatka? Little bit? Yes or no? Absolutely, I'm sure you did. Now, why is it so? Let's be very, very quick. Ambivalent is a negative word. Ambivalent means indecisive. Indecisive. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Is it good? Is it bad? This person is admiring, yes, but is he indecisive? No, this person is saying he was brilliant. Belligerent, aggressive, yet honest. Honest, yes, but not belligerent. Callous, callous, indifferent. Facetious means, is the spelling correct? Anyways, facetious basically means not taking something seriously. Absolutely wrong option, right? Now, what is impassioned? Impassioned means full of passion. Full of passion. This author is full of passion vis-a-vis Vincent van Gogh, yes or no? Keeps on saying he was brilliant, he was amazing, he was a rock star, whatnot. And wonderstruck, yes, he was wonderstruck. He was like, oh my God, he was a visionary, he was a messiah, he was a prophet, he was whatnot. Definitely, the attitude is D for. Is it clear, everyone? Let me know in the chat box. And now, take out a candle, keep your hand on it, take a vow, swear, and let me know in the chat box that you will work on your vocab right now. Yes, I want everybody to tell me right now, okay? So please take out a candle, maybe you can use your phone's flashlight also. Keep your hand on it and confirm in the chat box that you would work on your vocab without fail. Yes or no? Let me see how many of you confirm it. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Very good. It's 1000% required, right? Okay, let's try again. Now this one is very easy. Let's see who sends me the correct answer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, good, good, good. Now I'm happy. So send me the answer for this one, everyone. And if you get this question wrong, then please watch a third class movie 10 times as punishment, okay? Vinayak is sending me emojis also. Good, Vinayak. Hariom says confirm. Very good, Sijan. Good, good, good. That's what I want. Yes, guys, come on. What is the answer? B. Abhinav says B. Okay, let's see. Exhibit, remember exhibit? We did this word. Okay. Varsha, very good. That's the thing I require. That's the commitment I require. B. Very good, guys. Yes, the correct answer is B. Exhibit basically means piece of anything. For example, in law also you use the word exhibit. In law, exhibit it would be pieces of evidence, for example, right? That's exhibit. Now, question. This censure means to criticize, right? Criticize. What is this censor? Who can tell me without googling? Let's see. Who can tell me what is this censor? Quickly, without googling, okay? Quickly, everybody. Tell me the correct answer. For in this question, the correct answer is peace, of course. What is the correct answer? What is the meaning of censor, everyone? Quickly, 5 seconds. Abhinav, I have told the answer. I hope it is clear to you. Yeah. Devadrita, clear? What is the meaning of censor? I will tell you the answer in next 5 seconds. Kushi, yes, you got it. Anisha, well done. Anisha has already given the correct answer. The meaning of censor is this. Okay. It's basically an incense stick holder where you put the incense when you do some kind of puja, etc. at home. Okay. Some people though can put incense anywhere. For example, this guy. But this is not really a sensor, okay? This is not a sensor. This one is a sensor, okay? All right, let's try again. You have seen this word also in the passage. What is the meaning of connotation? I have not discussed, but you answer the question first, then we will discuss it, okay? All right. Connotation. Tijan said ban and Hariom said condemn. I think you meant censure, huh? All right, everyone, let's see. Connotation is the question. Abhinav Kumar says C. All right. Lakshmi says C. Sijan says C. Very good. Everybody is saying C. Nobody is saying A, B, or D. No. Ayush Singh is saying A. Ayush, are you saying A? Abhinav, earlier you said C. Now you are saying D. Okay, you changed it. All right, everyone. The correct answer is D for Delhi. Connotation basically means the figurative meaning, the implied meaning. Okay, implied meaning. For example, suppose I call one of my friends, let's say I call one of my friends a dacoit. Does it mean my friend is actually a dacoit, literally a dacoit? Probably no, but in a figurative sense, in an implied sense, in the words overtone or undertone or implication, meaning is like he probably has the physical features of a dacoit, or his actions are like a dacoit, but he's not actually a dacoit. So we are using the connotation, not the denotation. Denotation is literal meaning. Okay, that's connotation. All these words are meanings of the word connotation. So please let me know, everybody, did you get any kind of little bit of jolt, little bit of jhatka? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, try again. The crucifix of oblivion is an example of. Now I think some of you have got mighty inspired to do your vocab. Yes or no? You're like, I'll do it from today no matter what. I will show sir that my vocab has improved from next session onwards, right? That's the attitude. Okay, Varsha, no, Varsha, I think, Varsha, I think that's the answer for the previous question. C, Preeti Kashyap says C. Abhinav B, Sijan A, Anshuman C. Now I think you guys are becoming a little cautious, huh? C, A, B, B, A. Okay, let me quickly tell you the meanings. I think some of you are not aware of the meaning. Hyperbole, of course, means exaggeration. Okay, so this is exaggeration. It's like saying, I just ate a lunch of 200 rotis, 500 puris. Correct, exaggeration. I have so much money that I have a money counting machine at my home. I have such a big house that it takes me 5 minutes to ride on a bike from one room to another. That's exaggeration. Synecdoche basically means when you use a part of something to mean the whole thing. For example, crown to mean the king. Correct. Crown is just part of the king, but you mean by saying crown, the crown is in town. Basically, by saying crown, you mean the king. Okay. Metaphor, you understand? Metaphor is symbolism. It's basically a comparison. You compare basically, but you don't use the word like or as. When you compare, but you don't use the word like or as, then it is metaphor. Crucifix of oblivion. You are using oblivion. You are basically symbolizing oblivion as a cross. Okay, so you are comparing oblivion with a cross, but you are not using the word like or as. Now, laitetes, this basically is a word which basically means double negative. Okay, it's the simplest definition, double negative, and it means a positive thing. Okay, for example, if I say you are not bad, what I basically mean is you are good. Okay, but it is double negative. That's called laitetes. Laitetes basically means double negative, not bad. You are not an idiot. What I mean is you are smart, but I'm not saying it directly. That's called laitetes. Hyperbole is exaggeration. Synecdoche is use of a part to mean the whole. Therefore, very clearly, in this case, the best answer would be metaphor. Did you follow this, everybody? This is figures of speech. Please make sure you go through figures of speech every year in exams like CLAT, ALET, CLAT, etc. You might get questions on this, even MHCET. It's a favorite topic of all the exams. Okay, and there are not many, 30-35 max, and you will be able to manage all the questions. Okay, let me know in the chat box, everyone. Yes, guys. So when you use like or as to compare, that becomes a simile. Okay, simile. That's correct. Very good. All right. Do I have any more questions? Let me see. We still have one last question of the day, everyone. Vertiginous is the word. You have seen it in the passage. What is the correct answer? Vertiginous. Let me help you a little. Word is a root. Word basically means to turn. Okay. For example, convert, divert, revert. Okay. Subvert. Word is to turn. What is vertiginous? And OUS means full of, having the characteristic of, right? It's an adjective, OUS. Now try the answer. Let's see. D. Okay. D. Okay, let's see. D. All right, everyone. Vertiginous basically means something that makes your head spin, generally because of the height. Okay, if you have a fear of height, when you look down, your head starts spinning. That's vertigo. Have you heard of vertigo? Right? Vertiginous is something that makes makes your mind go whirling, turning. Right? Whirling is the correct answer. Sterling, on the other hand, means shining. Something which is shining is sterling. Terrifying, you already know. Because of the sterling, very clearly all of the above cannot be the correct answer. Okay. So the only correct answer is A for. Very good observation here, everyone. I hope you will agree. You guys need to work on your vocab also. Oh, we still have one more word to go. What is the answer, everyone? This also we saw in the paragraph. Coalesce is the word. Yes, please. Quickly. Tijan says acrophobia. Varsha, yes, I just saw your comment. Yeah, you are right. Absolutely. Sijan says acrophobia. Acrobatics is when you do stunt in planes. Yeah, acrophobia should mean height of fear, fear of height. Yes. Coalesce is the word. Coalesce. And what is the answer, everyone? Quickly. B. Abhinav says B. Abhinav is very fast, though his answers are not going correct every single time. But Abhinav, you are fast. Good. Speed is also important. Preeti A. Devadrita B. Lakshmi B. B. A. B. A. All right. I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is, of course, C. So let me see how many of you got it right. So did I see any correct answer? Anisha, I think, got the first correct answer. Yeah. And then Yashashvi. Very good. Anisha, well done. Not a synonym. Coalesce basically means to come together, merge. Okay, meld. Therefore, the correct answer is get well. Tell your vocab, get well soon. Okay, I think you guys need that. All right, last one. I think it's the last one. Torment. You know the meaning already. Okay, torment. Ushi says, is that? See, Jan says not a synonym, therefore D. Still the answer is C. Jan. Ushi, no. I actually meant that. All right, everyone. Last question, hopefully. And I think I mean it. Okay, everyone. Hariom says A. Okay, let me see. Torture. A. B. D. A. A, C, B. This is the last question, guys, of the day. Don't get it wrong. Okay, in case you are free, please come at 3 o'clock on the app. We have a session on the app, and it's going to be an interesting session, right? We'll talk about how to work on your critical reasoning section. In case you're watching me right now and you want to come on the app, please download the BYJU'S exam prep app and join me at 3 o'clock today to discuss how to work on your CR. Okay, critical reasoning. And the correct answer, of course, is C, criticize. Which of the following is not a synonym? Torment means to torture, rack, or harrow. They all are synonym of the word torment, right? Criticize is not torment. Criticism can lead to tormenting someone, but it does not mean that. Okay, therefore the correct answer is C for Calcutta. All right, thank you so much everyone for joining me here. If you found the session useful, if you want us to take such sessions more frequently, you've got to like the session, because liking makes us feel happy, and more importantly, it makes us reach more number of people. So I want you guys to do that right now if you found it useful. Okay, that will make us bring such content more frequently. Tomorrow we are meeting at 10 o'clock. If you're watching me after the session is over, you can comment and let me know what other kind of things I can add, I should add, or you want me to cover. For example, I'll bring more grammar questions also in the coming days. It's going to be fun, it's going to be full of knowledge. And if you have not downloaded our app or you have not subscribed, please do that without fail. Share also. Okay, everyone, thank you guys. I hope you found it useful, and more importantly, you will work on your vocab also. Correct? You have promised me with your hand on a candle today. You can't really not do it. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Please take care. I'll see you at 3 o'clock on the app, and tomorrow at 10 o'clock here. Bye bye, take care.